Can you tell me a little bit about the home that you grew up in?
My parents were very secular and were clearly products of their parents. My father grew up in a kosher home, and my mother grew up in what began as a kosher home, and it's unclear where it went. But when my parents got together, we were very decidedly secular. However, we were very Yiddish. My grandfather worked for the Fovitz, and we went to Workman's Circle Shulas, and I went to Camp Hemshech, which was the Bundist socialist summer camp, and my brother worked at Kindering, and we were really surrounded by a lot of Yiddish, but not necessarily a lot of religions. So we celebrated holidays, but we celebrated from a secular perspective. And the Workman's Circle has a lot of materials surrounding really secular versions of these religious holidays, which is kind of awesome. And so all of the music that I know, all of the Yiddish music I know, comes from a really secular place. And never occurred to me that Yiddish was ever spoken anywhere but in these surroundings, because I never experienced Yiddish in any of the other parts of my life, because when I went with my best friend to shul, because her father was the rabbi and she was my best friend, it seemed like a good idea to go, everyone spoke Hebrew. So to me, Yiddish was the language of secular Jews, and Hebrew was the language of religious Jews. And it wasn't until much later when my in-laws' kids, they're all going to yeshivas, and they're in Passaic, and I think one kid goes to school in Long Beach, and he's like, Aunt Joanne, I'm taking classes in Yiddish, because all this Yiddish is happening in their yeshiva, which I find a little confounding. Because Yiddish was the language of rebellion and the language of free-thinking Jews.